What's up, everybody? Celtic Scarecrow here, back with our video. Get those 10s and 20 view. I'm gonna batch record these last two divisions with the two divisions that came out last week, so I can finish off my grading of the NFL draft. Each team in a video by division. Today we're moving on to the division that my team currently resides in, the NFC South. Yeah, like I said, I'm a firm believer of you don't really need to grade picks until halfway through year three, realistically. So, like, yeah, Bryce Young's first year did not look good. Bryce Young's second year looked very good. This year is the year where you start looking at them going like, okay, cool. Do we need to start thinking contract extension or go after one of these young quarterbacks in this very good quarterback heavy draft? This is that make it or break it year. I think you don't want to go into year four with the whole, and that's kind of what I think what happened with the Giants with Daniel Jones. I think they were unsure going into year four, and then they kind of like and panicked. We don't want that. But yeah, so let's get over here. Starting off with the Atlanta Falcons. They needed an edge. God damn it, I hit the wrong button again. Edge, D lineman, corner, offensive lineman, safety. From my personal perspective of them, they did go 8-9, finished second in the South. They needed a little bit better of a pass rush. And I think they do need a little bit better of an offensive line where their two big weakness. They did really luck out with Penix being actually legit. But let's see what they went. They went, wow, that's a short draft class. Edge, Jalen Walker. That one hurts because he's a fan of the Panthers. And honestly, this was the pick that made sense for Carolina, was Jalen Walker. They traded back up into the first. What did they give up, though? Hold on. Go back over here. Atlanta Falcons trade. No. Draft. Alright, so they gave up their second round pick, the 7th, and a first to the Rams in 2026. For the Rams, 26 and a third to draft Jalen Pierce Jr., safety from Notre Dame. That one also slightly hurts. I'm a massive Notre Dame fan. And safety from this, and an offensive tackle from Ohio State. God, this is a D. I'm sorry. This is my lowest grade draft. Holy crap. How do you draft very well and still suck at drafting? You drafted the edge rusher I really wanted. Really good edge. You gave up a ton to get back in the first to get a second edge. You draft a really good safety at Xavier Watts. I'm just like, okay, cool. Why'd you draft my safety? I think he's going to be an amazing safety. To draft a second safety and finally draft an offensive tackle. Like, the only reason why this is not an F draft is I really think you did really smartly picking Jalen Walker at pick 15, getting a steal Xavier Watt at pick 96, and drafting an offensive tackle. It's like, but it's just the fact that you drafted the second edge that you gave up a ton for, and then a second safety. It's like, why? What were you thinking? All right, moving on to my favorite team, potentially your favorite team, the Carolina Panthers. I know I did a grade for them before, and I'm probably going to give it roughly the same grade. But Carolina needed an edge, safety, corner, wide receiver, and defensive tackle. Yeah, we really needed edge, safety, and D-line. That should have been like the 3 picks, you see why I hate the fact the Falcons took Jalen Walker and Xavier Watts. All right, Carolina Panthers. We took Tetero McMillan, wide receiver, at pick 8. Edge, Nick Soren. We traded up to get Prince Umahleo, edge from the safety. Trayvon Ethene from Georgia. Safety from Ohio State. Defense tactic Cam Johnson. Tight end Michael Evans. And wide receiver Jimmy Horn. I'm still giving this draft a C. Yeah, even though I like a lot of the picks, I still think this is, like, I don't hate, like, I, more that comes out with the draft, I hate this pick. Like, the dude could be amazing. We signed Hunter Renfrow. Jalen Walker was there. We really need to fix the defense. And we went receiver, not the massive need spot on this team, especially since you drafted Leggett first round last year, and Coker looked really good. And the fact that you got Jimmy Horn, who looks like he's going to be a speed freak, I hate that pick. I don't hate the double edge. We did get rid of Clowney. So we did need 2 edges, and I don't think they were bad picks. I just hate the fact that we traded up. We made 2 different trades to get 2 different edge rushers. When Xavier Watts was there and is a safety. The running back trade, the pick, I don't hate. Like, I don't hate any of the picks. But we traded up last year to get Brooks, who I think played 1 game. Safety from Ohio State. Love him. He's not Xavier Watts. I think that I would have rather had him. But this is a good second pick. Cam Jackson. Actually, I do love that pick. Tight end, Mitch Evans. Love that pick. And Jimmy Horn. You know what? I actually like this pick due to the fact that it was the 7th. It's our last pick in the 6th round. Take a chance on a receiver. Yes, Carolina, I'm giving you a C. Because it's one of those things where it's like, they're good picks, but I think there were better picks available that made more sense for the team. Moving on to the New Orleans Saints. They needed a quarterback, cornerback, offensive lineman, wide receiver, D lineman. Now, we now know Derek Carr is going to retire. We did not know that at the time of the draft. Just saying. Just saying. Alright, cool. So they drafted offensive tackle Kevin Blank there. They drafted Tyler something from Louisiana. Defensive tackle from Georgia. Safety from Virginia. Linebacker from Oklahoma. Corner from Louisville. Running back from Kansas. Tight end from UCLA. And edge from Syracuse. I have to, just on principle standards, auto give this a C. Like, you cannot get higher than a C. And it's all because of this. The dude was 5th, 6th best quarterback on the draft. Like, you could have waited until round 4 and got Will Howard, who in my opinion is the 3rd best QB in this class. You could have taken Shedeur Sanders, my 4th best quarterback in this class. I was like, you could have punted this quarterback pick to next year with a lot better quarterbacks allegedly coming out. Archie Manning, Drew Adler. Those are your top 2 guys, and you pick the guy in the 2nd, especially if you're like this. Other than that, I do like the rest of the picks. I think the picking the offensive tackle is really good. Defense tackle is really good. You're building from the inside out. Like, all this says we're building for long-term success, except for this pick. So this would probably be an A pick if this was not a quarterback. If this was Benjamin Morris, corner from Notre Dame, I would have given this an A. Maybe at least an A. But no, on principle alone, it has to be a C. And last but not least, the defending division winners, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They needed a linebacker, corner, edge, safety, O lineman. Quarterback is also a slight need. How many more years will Baker have? That is his question, but let's see how they drafted. They start off with wide receiver M'Baku. I'm going M'Baku, wide receiver from Ohio State. Corner, Benjamin Morris from Notre Dame. Corner, Kansas State. Edge from Central Oregon. Edge from there. And God, I have to give you a C. This is... It wasn't for the fact that I really like you needed... It's like... I know, like, your receiving core is getting older. That's why I didn't hate this pick. The first two picks are super great picks. But then you doubled up on another corner. You went double up on edge, and you grabbed another receiver. So you grabbed a duplicate in every position. Like, I don't hate the picks. Like, if you just want M'Baku and then Tez Johnson, and that was the only double up, this would be a solid pick. But it's just like wide receiver, corner, edge. It's like, what the hell is this draft? It's like, if it wasn't for the fact that I really like the Benjamin Morris, M'Baku, and like the fact that you grabbed an edge rusher, but it's like you needed a linebacker. Kobe Bryant was out there for a long time. Jack Kaiser, I think, went early. You could probably got him instead of this Parrish. So you needed a safety. There's plenty of them out there, and this was an O-line deep class, and you did not draft the O-line. So, to wrap it all up, we gave the Atlanta Falcons a B on this draft class because, like, after the fact that they took two guys I liked, it was doubling up, and they gave up so much to get the second edge rusher. Carolina Panthers, I'm pretty sure I'm sticking with the same grade I gave them before, which is a C. I don't hate every pick outside of the first one, especially since I just think there was better picks available at spots as that thought we had. Like, there was more than enough times, like, oh, look, we can grab this guy. We want Ted Millen. It's like, oh, we could go, I think it was the fourth round pick, the running back. It's like, oh, we can go the safety, the running back. Safety. Like, oh, we can go Xavier Watts. Very next pick was taken. And it's like, oh, we can go the Notre Dame defensive tackle. Next pick was taken. So, yeah, I think there was a lot of... I think the picks could really pan out, but I just hated it in time being. Saints, I give them a C on principle. This should be an A draft if they just picked any other player except for Tyler's Swanson. Like, if they would have drafted that kid in the 7th, no one would be questioning it. But as he was the third quarterback off the board. And the Bucks is also a C. You guys doubled up on every position. You didn't try to add depth anywhere that wasn't wide receiver, corner, and edge. So, but that's it. That's all I have. I'll see you weird people later.